I stripped his clothes. I cut open his belly to see his guts. They're really pink. Sorry, that was morbid.
One of the exceptional aspects of Brian's confession is the level of detail he provides. Together with his casual commentary and jokes, these details can
What? What? How is he saying this with a smile on his... Lock him up. Lock this man up. There is about 7 to 8 billion people walking around this earth today. And if you like to admit it or not, a few of them are a little bit in the head. Shit, I might be one of them. But today I will be reacting or watching a horrifying video. This video is titled Parents Discover Teen Son's Horrifying Secret. So just like the Gypsy Rose video, I'm here to discover these stories, maybe learn from these situations. So without any further ado, let's start this reaction. Let's go.
It's right here. Yeah, because there's an arm. There's an arm, there's another arm, there's another one.
Parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
But what the hell? What the hell? Is this actually real though, or is it one of those scam videos? He blatantly admitted. What did he say? A hand and what?
Would it be?
A human head and hands.
And the way he turns his head though, like a human head and hands. Like what the hell? And he's the teen. Why does he look older? Holy mother of God. Damn, how will I sleep tonight? Is she the mother?
911 is John. What's the address emergency?
Hi, there is an emergency. I found something in my son's closet wrapped in a plastic bag.
Okay, what was it?
I think it's a human head.
It's a what?
I think it's a human head.
On March 1st, 2021, police at Grand Junction, Colorado received this chilling 911 call. A mother has just discovered a disturbing secret hidden within her son's closet. Even more terrifying, he's currently just outside the house while she makes this call for help.
Holy moly!
Because it looks like it's all an ear.
Is it bloody or does it like anything like that?
Just can you just come? Do I have to take a picture?
That's the thing though.
What's the address?
Like these dispatches. Okay, I know that you need a lot of information before you can call up an officer to go to the home, but sometimes I feel like they ask too much questions. Like if you hear that a mother possibly saw a human head, like go to the house. Okay. Maybe for safety though, they need to know if there are weapons, if the son is violent. Okay. But it still feels like they ask too many questions though. But let's go.
The dispatcher tries to get as much information as possible to make sense of this shocking call and give officers an idea of what they might be walking into.
Exactly.
He just pulled up. We wanted to make sure he was here before we called.
How old is he?
19. He's had a little bit of a fascination with the morbid, but he was channeling it, I thought, into becoming a crime scene investigator.
Oh no!
Do you think he's going to be cooperative with us?
I don't know. I don't think he'll be violent. Just came back from his friend's house.
Does he have any...
He just killed the man. I don't think he'll be violent.
weapons in his room, or do you guys have any in the house?
I don't know. I think that he has a shotgun, but we can certainly remove it immediately before he gets in his room. He's out by the car now, so.
Is the bag still in the closet?
No, it's in my kitchen sink. And there's a secondary bag that I have not opened. It's currently covered with a towel.
And there's a second
Father
bag?
is taking, yeah, there's a second bag that I don't know what's in it. I didn't open it.
I'm sorry. Did he take he took the second bag out of the closet?
I took the second bag out of the closet and put it in the sink.
Where's Brian now?
I think he's still outside.
And you're in the backyard now?
I am, yes, because I don't want him to hear me.
Despite the horrifying nature of this call, police could not have anticipated the twisted tale of violence they were about to embark on, nor did they have any idea just how shocking the motive behind the inexplicable horror would be.
What is the motive?
One day prior to responding to this harrowing incident, the emergency services had attended to a rather unusual call at 2 a.m. on Sunday, February 28, 2021. 19-year-old Brian Cohey Jr. is having a bad night. As officers arrive at the Blue Heron boat ramp, they can scarcely believe their eyes. The majority of the following footage has never been seen before. It's been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor, a licensed clinical psychologist, and a former detective, former licensed polygraph examiner, and former hostage negotiation commander
So
and
many people.
instructor.
How do we call a tow for that?
I don't know, because he'd have to get in the friggin' water.
Yeah.
I called Black's Towing. They want me to text them a photo of the car because they think they might be able to pull it out.
Okay. So you're already in contact with them?
Yeah, but I only have like 10% battery left on my phone, and now he wants me to text him a photo of the car, and I'm like, oh, good Lord.
I can take one and text it to him for you if you'd like.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
It's not every day that police officers see a car floating in the Colorado River. To try and make sense of what they're observing, the
car is
officers
Delano.
speak to Brian's mother.
He is an inexperienced driver.
Okay.
Put his car here on the angle and got out and like just looked around at the moonlight for a moment, and when he went to get back in, he wasn't able because of the angle to pull it out. I don't know. He's right there. If you
Okay,
wanna
we'll talk to him real quick.
Bye.
Sounds good.
Officers decide it's best to get the story straight from the horse's mouth, and 19-year-old Brian has no choice but to own up to his mistake. Little do these officers know, there's a sinister secret lurking in the background of this crazy story.
This your son right here? Yep. Hey, partner, you want to come out and talk to me real quick?
Sure, I mean,
Appreciate it, man.
I'm really cold. Is it
Doesn't
okay
have
if
any-
it's in here?
He took
Because
off his pants because he had
Okay,
some,
that's fine. I did not know that. No, that's, please stay in the car. All right. Nobody else in the car.
Nope.
Okay.
Just us. I'm the father, that's the mother, and this is our son. He just
Sounds
called us 20
good.
minutes ago and said, Dad, I parked at the boat ramp and I messed up. I
He's
tried
like,
to get
"You're
out of the
not
car
gonna
and slid
believe
down.
this."
Well, you're not hurt, right? You're okay?
no, just a little
Okay.
cold is all.
Beside your pride a little bit.
No.
And probably $7,000.
Okay. All right, man.
So
Jim-
they are talking like it is just a honest mistake, a little accident that happened. He couldn't put the car back in park, and the car dove in. Maybe it was in neutral, and the car dove in the pond or in the lake. I don't know if it's. He said Colorado River. So yeah. So they think it is an honest mistake, but how the story is building up is probably the car which he has the dead body in, maybe. But again, I just want to talk about the first part of this video though, because the mother had to call the police to turn her own son in. And talking or imagining what the mother has to go to call the police to come get her own son, that takes a lot of strength to do. That is part one, but that is also so hurtful because as a mother, as parents, you would think that you need to protect your son, and knowing that your son is going to jail for probably a long time because the way he reacted and blatantly admitted to, well, not killing a person, but admitting that he has a head and a hand in the house, that's probably about 20 to 50 years. So again, that is just what I wanted to say though, but let's just continue with the story.
Your ID with you, driver's license by any chance?
Thankfully.
What were you doing down here, bud?
Well, I felt like I needed to get out, and I figured, why not park here and just
relax a little bit?
Relax and think.
Okay.
And I parked on the boat ramp, and I thought it would be easy to get out. But when I tried to,
Where did you park exactly? Were you down the hill a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then
When you got back in, go ahead.
when I got back in, I tried to put it in drive, and it didn't go up. So then I tried putting it in low gear, shimmying it a bit. That didn't work.
Were you facing down?
No, I was facing
this way?
up.
You back down?
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
It's a predicament so ridiculous that the responding officers can't
back
help but
down?
laugh.
But the car is in another angle, though.
It might stay.
Do I get a tow going for a car in the river and see if anybody will take this?
I'm gonna work on that.
I don't know, man. So I'm kind of glad you were coming down here because I was like, it's not a crash. He just
Dude, it's like
parked
8 feet
it
out in the water.
He parked it and basically couldn't get it up. It just lost traction, looks like, and then he actually went in it down in the water. He's not hurt at all. So I'm like, how are you gonna get this car out if possible?
I don't know.
The officers are convinced that this is a teenager's mishap. It will be some time before they begin to suspect that there's anything more to this story than what they've been told.
Oh, so
We're
they
gonna get some
will
options for you
discover
here,
it
man. I'm not
right
sure
there and
exactly if we're gonna see if we can go through the list if anybody's got some ideas on getting this car out of here or not. I don't know. I don't see a whole lot of cars that have put themselves in that situation. So we're gonna see what we can do. And,
I'm actually the owner of the life jacket program on the boat ramp here. I do all the life jackets in Grand Junction, Colorado. So it's like, oh my God, this is not.
It happens. It happens.
Faced with embarrassment over the whole ordeal, Brian's mother talks with the officers.
Yeah, we made him wait till he was almost 18 before he got his driver's license because we didn't want him having any accidents.
You see, the parents wants to protect him.
But stupid, he doesn't have an age limit, I guess.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, this is my first time too.
Really?
It's a new one for me.
What's that?
So I've never seen one of these either, so it's a new one for me.
On my website, backing up when people back up their boats, I see accidents when a truck goes accidentally in the water. Next thing you know, the boat and the truck's in the water.
I lost him.
Just let me know if he does. That way, if not, we can try and get hold of a tow truck and go from there.
No, it's at an angle. It's heading upriver. It's facing upriver.
Yeah.
Yes, the front of it is facing upriver. Oh, damn it. I'm sorry. It keeps losing the call. Ah! And he's like, I don't want to get wet. I don't have the proper clothing to go into the water and get wet.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert. Well, you know, I was just talking to the patrolman, and they're suggesting that we adjust this in daylight hours. That's why they make the big bucks. They're smart. Nobody wants to get in the water. I hear ya.
At long last, the officers make contact with the towing company willing to come out to the river in the middle of the night and risk the frigid waters. With help on the way, they finish things up with the Cohees.
If you guys want to stay warm, you're more than welcome to jump in that car and see where it's warm.
Does he need to stay here? Or
I'm sorry?
Is he free to go? I'm sure he'd like to go home and get warm.
I'm sure you'd like to get some pants on.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's not a crash. It's
okay. It's just a stupid act.
So.
Okay. All right, I'm going to take him home.
Mother got him off the
We'll
hook.
come back here and figure out what's what with the tow truck driver.
Terry and Brian Sr. take Brian home, but they soon return without their son to the boat ramp. Nearly an hour later, the tow company is making progress. But as the car nears the shore, the officers make a disconcerting discovery.
Hey, quick question for you.
Sure.
So the back bumper, I don't know, you can probably see it from here. It's a lot of red on the back of that, dripping down it all a little bit. But underneath the license plate, a little area right there. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of red, which means looks like blood.
Blood?
Yeah. I don't know if did your son hurt himself on his way out at all?
He might have, and he just didn't know it. I don't know.
That's why I'm asking. It's a good question. He's at home. Does he make sure he's not got a cut or
He just said he's going to bed.
something out on him somewhere that he's not aware of? Maybe because his adrenaline was a little high. Maybe just have him do like a self-check, make sure he's okay.
Hello?
Brian, are you okay? They see blood on the back bumper of the vehicle.
Really?
Yeah, did you get hurt?
No. What?
Are you sure you don't have any injuries?
No, I'm fine. There's blood on it?
We're not sure.
We're not sure. It's a red, something red underneath the license plate.
Similar blood stain.
Oh no.
Right, but you're not injured. You don't have any cuts.
No, I don't know what would cause blood or whatever it is on the bumper.
But you're not injured.
No, I'm not injured.
Officers may have some concerns about the mysterious red substance on
So
the
they did
bumper,
open the trunk.
but they released the car into the Cohees' custody. However, on March 1st,
So they
the
did not open the trunk? Come on, policeman. Come on.
next day, the police once again find themselves at the Blue Heron boat ramp. A homeless man by the name of Warren Barnes has been reported missing. Officers speak to the woman who called in the report.
How do you know Warren?
I own Monique's Bridal downtown, and I give him a chair to sit and read his books.
When was the last time you saw him?
Saturday, 5 o'clock. I said, I'll see you tomorrow, Warren, and he was like, okay, meaning he planned on coming down on Sunday, and then he did not show up. So I'm thinking if they saw him Saturday, maybe it happened more up there because it's weird. He would never come down here. He would never come all the way down here.
He doesn't have a camp down here or anything?
No, he worked for People Ready. And someone found the wallet and called People Ready this morning. And they said that everything looked like it was in there because he doesn't have much. And I just gave him $20 for beer. So I know that he had maybe a couple bucks.
So they found his wallet just down here at the boat
Yep.
ramp?
Wait, didn't the father say that he was the owner of the boat thingy or something?
Has forged a special friendship with Warren over the years.
So why did you, what raised concern with you today to report him missing?
Because the place People Ready called to see if I had seen him because he didn't show up for work, and he's never once not shown up for work in the 4 years he's been working for them. So I said no, and that I hadn't seen him since Saturday.
He was camping down here?
No, she's never seen or heard of him being down here.
That's why I'm freaked out, because there's no way he walked all the way down here and his wallet.
So, in how many years?
4 years.
Four
Yeah, that's
years.
as long as I've known him.
Officers soon find that Monique is not alone in her concerns about the missing Warren Barnes.
He literally shows up every morning, every day without fail, like at 6 o'clock, sometimes a little sooner. And we always let him in before the customers. We give him free coffee. He's the nicest old man ever.
Do you talk to him at all?
All the time.
So every morning it's around 6?
Yeah.
Without fail?
Without fail. And he's the nicest guy ever. Rough looking, but he is the nicest guy.
Monique gives officers a photograph of Warren in the hopes that it'll help with their search.
So that's the only picture you have of him?
That's the only one I have, and that's from June of 2019, so he's a little bit thinner. Okay.
So who found his wallet down here?
The lady from the place said that it was whoever runs the life jacket thingy.
I'm actually the owner of the life jacket
Exactly.
program. Boat ramp here.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course. I hope you guys find him. I hope he's okay. If anything, I just hope we find him so that we can start the next process of whatever. Because I don't know. I just have a really bad feeling.
Oh, wow.
Monique's tone doesn't convey much hope.
Yeah, the bad
and with only
feeling.
an old photograph,
Like you knew.
police have very little to go on. However, things are transpiring across town. As it turns out, it was indeed Brian Cohees' father who called about the wallet. He found it in the most unlikely place, the now recovered
car.
Ford 500 that his son accidentally sank in the river.
Oh,
With her
man.
suspicions raised, Brian's mother goes into his bedroom to investigate. It's March 1st, 2021, the day after the car incident at the boat ramp, and Terry Cohey is about to make a horrifying discovery as she opens her son's closet.
I think it's a human head.
It's a what?
I think it's a human head.
Why do you think it's that?
Because it looks like it's on ear.
Shocked and terrified by what she's found in her son's closet, Terry Cohey nonetheless has the presence of mind to keep Brian in the dark while she gets police to her address. Deputies from the Mesa County Sheriff's Office arrive at Brian's address, wisely leaving their sirens off as they approach. This could have frightened the young suspect, and it's important to keep him calm for the initial interaction.
What's going on, man?
The deputy makes contact with Brian using a friendly, disarming greeting, which goes further to establish an atmosphere of calm. Of course, at the same time, the deputy is certainly scanning the area for any potential threats, as well as making sure that Brian has his hands where he can see them.
How much? Cooperate. I am going to cooperate.
Okay, so parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Do you have anything on you that's gonna cut, poke, hurt, stick me anything without reaching for nothing? Don't reach for nothing.
My phone and my wallet, that's
okay.
it.
Well, I'm gonna have you face that way. Put your hands on top of your head for me real quick. I just want to make sure you interlace your fingers for me real quick, all right?
Yo, so what I'm getting from the situation is the mother said he has I don't know, like he has a thing for forensic science or something like that. I think he watched too many movies and he thinks he's the main character and he just wants to, I don't know, relive the situation or lift the situation of him killing someone and going through the whole process of maybe going to jail. I don't know. And who is he? Is he a friend of his?
It's important that the deputy only ask enough questions to figure out exactly what is going on at the scene. And while this is not the kind of encounter that even a veteran police officer would be accustomed to, it's Brian's parents who must slowly absorb the shock of their son's admission.
I'm gonna have you walk over here. You're gonna sit in the back of my partner's patrol car for a minute, okay? Not yet. Okay. Just sit back there and hang out for me, okay? Can you walk me inside, please?
Let's walk you all through this, what happened in the very beginning.
Okay.
Let me do it. You go inside.
Well, let's stay here with me for a minute.
Sit down. Come on, sit down, baby.
Damn.
Can I go in there and verify here first?
Oh, yeah, please.
Let me
We
go
haven't
through
seen
that.
it. Yeah, we haven't
Okay.
looked at it. It's under the towel in the sink.
Okay.
Yeah,
Look at the mother, man. This is so heartbreaking.
Just make sure that guy goes in the car first.
I can take it. You can go in the sink, right?
Well,
The sink
okay.
right there. No,
Yeah.
House is empty.
Okay.
We had a bag feeling about what happened this weekend. Okay. And she said there's a bag in this closet, and she opened it up. And she called me and said, get over here right now.
The deputy correctly asks for permission to enter the house so that he can confirm the grim contents of the kitchen sink.
I covered it with a towel.
Okay.
So I didn't want him to see it because we didn't want him to run. I don't want to look at it.
Yep.
Yo, the officer is like, well, I see this every day. It's nothing new, man. Yo, the things that the officers see every day, though, these are crazy calls, man. These are crazy calls. Going to someone's house to see a head in the kitchen sink. Yo, this is absolutely crazy. And to see him being so cold-blooded and nonchalant about this whole situation, just admitting what he's done or what he has in the house, because he didn't admit yet to anything. So
Sit back there and hang out for me, okay?
How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you? You said your name's Brian?
Yeah. I'm not feeling too well.
You're not feeling too well? All right.
No, these past few days I've been very, very anxious.
That's understandable. So what we're gonna have you do here is I'm just gonna have you sit in the back here. Okay?
Oh, so
I'm gonna
she's
turn on
talking
the
to
air
him.
for you in a second. That way you're not too hot. Are you a hot-blooded or cold-blooded kind of guy?
I am very cold-blooded. I prefer cold. Well, no.
no,
actually,
you're hot-blooded. Okay.
Hot-blooded. So you prefer the cold. Okay, fantastic. All right. So hop in here. I know you're tall, so it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but like I said, I'll get that air on for you.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Our induction's been quite violent lately.
The officer has no response to this observation.
How you holding up, Brian?
Wait. What did you say? I think I missed that.
Our induction's been quite violent lately.
The officer has no response to this observation.
How you holding up, Brian? Okay. A bit thirsty? You guys have any water in your home? I can't make any guarantees we're going to be able to go in and get some, but I will get some water to you as soon as I can, okay? All right, Brian.
Yes,
We're headed to the sheriff's office, and your family's going to go with us, okay?
She also doesn't respond on the way to the sheriff's office when Brian casually makes another chilling remark.
It's under this bridge.
What? Yo, what? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Did he say it was under this bridge? Go back.
Remark.
It's under this bridge.
Okay, Brian.
Thank you.
No problem, sir. So walk with me. We're gonna walk right this way, okay?
You're fine with me not being in cuffs.
I'm fine with you not being in cuffs.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Brian. Open this door for me, please. Just walk forward for me, Brian.
Oh, I should have a mask.
You're okay. Don't worry about it, okay? Keep on walking. Keep going. Take another left. Hard left. Right here. Right here. Sorry. All right. So have a seat, and we'll be with you in a moment, okay? Thanks, Brian.
With Brian situated in the interrogation room,
He looks nervous,
investigators speak with his parents to find out what happened that harrowing morning.
I'm right here.
Oh, this is the mother. Okay. Man.
Just take your time. Take as much time as you need, okay?
This is sad, though.
So I know very little about what's going on today. So, what started all of what's going on?
Terry relays the incident at the boat ramp.
So, we have the car towed back to the address. And, of course, with the battery being wet, nothing was operating. And so my husband was cleaning out the car because he was going to take it into Scotty's to see if they could maybe salvage it. Okay. And he found the wallet. So
he called the people.
Found the wallet in Brian's car. Oh, and the officers thought that there was blood on his car. Okay. The night that it was in the river. Okay. The scene, and he had just had a procedure done on his armpit a few days before, so I thought maybe the adrenaline opened that back up, and that's where it came from. I don't know. And he said, I don't know where it came from. And he took a special effects class last summer, which involved fake blood. Okay. And he's like, one of those fake blood containers first in my trunk is probably that. And I was like, okay, that makes perfect sense.
However, his father, Brian Cohey Sr., found something even grislier in the car's glove box and decided to confront his son.
Went back out there this morning just to continue, and I opened the glove box, and there was a knife in the glove box.
Man, the father looks so, innocent.
Very large knife. And then, as I go around the passenger door, I open the passenger door, and there's a wallet in between this door and I open up. That's not Brian's wallet. It's frozen solid. Like, oh my God. That's not Brian's wallet. So I take it inside, and I ended up getting one of the wads of cards out, and it's a labor ready. I read that, so I called labor ready. And then another one, there was a social security card. I was like, hey, this is a weird call, but I've got a wallet here with so-and-so's name, and I'm hoping he works for you all, or you subbed him out or whatever. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, my one, we've been missing him. Yes, he didn't show up today. I'm like, oh, my God, now we've got a missing person. Okay, well, I found his wallet at Blue Hen Boat Ramp. So here's my name. Here's all my information. If you get a hold of him, tell him I've got his wallet here at my house. Okay, so I left that like that. Called Brian. Brian, what's going on? Why is there a wallet in the car? Oh, I found it down at the boat ramp when I was down there walking around. And he was so sincere. I took it all. I want to believe him. This is my son.
Man.
We found out, Brian, how come, and all this going on in the last 2 days, how come you didn't tell us about the wallet? Dad, I was just so excited with all the going on. My car getting towed. Look at this wet now. It won't start. I just didn't think about it. I didn't think it was important, Dad. I'm like, Brian, who is this one whatever guy? Mm-hmm. Dad, I swear to you, from the bottom, I only know one. He's my school friend. It's not him. I believe him.
Damn, it's your only well.
And I'm like a smear of blood. And I'm like, that didn't come from that cup. And I asked him, right, tell him the truth. I knew. I didn't want to believe it. Something was going on.
Damn, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Man, like he knew, as he said, like he had a gut feeling that something wasn't adding up. But it is your son though, so you do want to believe him. And the stories, they kind of are making sense. Like, yeah, fake blood container maybe just popped out of the trunk, so now you have blood. He was walking around and he found the wallet. So the father knew, though. He had a gut feeling, but it is your son, so you do want to believe him. Asked him twice. He's still light, but man, this is horrifying.
Despite the red flags, the family put the strange accident at the boat ramp behind them. But no one was prepared for the spine-chilling discovery Terry made the next morning.
I was in his room, cleaning up, putting some things away, and he has a Rubbermaid container in his closet. And so I just kind of started digging through, going, what is this mess? Like moms do. And I saw a plastic bag, a white plastic trash bag. And I was like, what in the world does he have in here? And I picked it up, and it was heavy. And I held it in my hands, and I was like, what in the world is this? What in the world? Is it like maggots covering something? Or, I don't know. I better take it in the sink. So I carried it out to the sink, and it was double bagged. So I ripped open one bag, and I saw...
Old blood?
God damn it. I ripped open the second bag, and I saw his head.
Oh man.
So I didn't know what to say. Okay. I called my husband. I said, Brian Jr. had already gone over his friend's house. He said,
so it was a friend.
And I said, okay, but, don't be over there too long. He goes, yeah, I should only be over there maybe 3 or 4 hours. It's good to hang out with her. And I said, okay.
This friend was Kylan Like, and police would speak with her shortly.
So I called his father. He said, how did you stick an Andy up from school? He said, I think it's not at 12:30. 12:40, whatever.
Oh, Andy is another son?
I just said, you need to come over here right now. And he said, okay, well, I got Andy with me. And I said, you need to come over here right now. And he said, okay, I'll be there in a few minutes. And he hung up.
Kylan Like's mother, Heather Gale, recalled what she saw after Brian ended the call.
And my only memory of that was the way he peeled out of the driveway. I actually have a picture somewhere on my phone of the marks when he left to go, because his brother called him, I guess, and said, I need my car back.
We know, of course, that this was a ruse on the part of Brian's parents to get him back to the house after their horrifying discovery.
Brian, my husband, was already there by that point, and he put a towel over top of his... So it's on that morning of that. So we hatched a plan to call Brian and tell him that his brother needed the Mustang for a driving license, because he's on his learners. And just as he pulled up, I called him.
And he kind of knew something was up. Dad, you ever feel like the day's going to change? He started saying things. I'm like, yeah, we're just being really vague. Me and Andy was sitting there, and Mom was on the phone over there talking to 911. And it just seemed like it took forever.
As his parents continued to speak with the detectives, investigators Pete Berg and Lisa Norcross joined Brian in his room.
Let's
Over
hear
the
what he
next
has
2
to
hours, they will hear a shocking story of blood-curdling evil.
Oh my
And before
God.
the interview is over, they will even learn the dreadful truth about Brian's ill-fated trip to the boat ramp.
So he admitted it?
Oh, thanks, right. Well, this is Lisa. She will try.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, yeah.
Good, thanks.
Never really good.
Okay.
Trade me seats.
What did you say? I'm never really good or something like that?
Never really good.
Okay.
Trade me seats. Sure. Ooh, this is a special chair.
Is he making jokes?
Brian is as cooperative and pleasant with the investigators as he was with the deputy who escorted him to the sheriff's office, but his nervous shaking and insatiable thirst indicate he is perhaps not as calm as he's trying to appear. The question is whether he's anxious about his fate or excited about his moment in the spotlight.
Exactly.
One thing to keep in mind is that, according to his mother, Brian is diagnosed with ADHD and autism, and leg shaking can be a normal, stimulating behavior for people with these diagnoses. They read Brian his Miranda rights, and he agrees to speak with the officers.
Brian, from here? Yeah. Where did you go to school? I've went to Broadway Elementary School just across from my dad's house. Then I went to Brooklyn Middle School.
Right.
Graduated last year.
Good for you. Okay. Do you work?
Yeah.
Where do you work at?
Not even part-time. I was going to say part-time, not even. As a bagger/courtesy clerk for Safeway, I work anywhere from 2 to 4 days a week.
It may seem at first glance that the detectives are engaging in idle chit-chat to set Brian at ease.
That's what I thought.
But this is part of rapport building, and it's also crucial for them to establish early on that Brian has been handling responsibilities such as school and work, and is perfectly capable of carrying on.
That is a great tactic, though. I didn't even grasp that in the first seconds because I thought they were just making conversation, but they are asking him these questions so they can prove that he can recall and he had the proper education. So, like, he isn't crazy or anything. Like, he knew what he did. So, if he goes to court and says, like, hey, I was crazy, I did this, I did that, but I didn't even know. No. You could recall everything. You knew where you went to school. You have a job, so you know what responsibility is. So, you're perfectly fine. You know what you are doing. So, it is 100% you that did everything. So, a great tactic, though.
A normal conversation. This will make it much harder for Brian to claim before a jury that he was unable to tell right from wrong.
Yo!
How did you get here?
I murdered someone.
Okay.
It seems that Investigator Berg was merely asking how Brian physically arrived at the sheriff's office.
Shit!
But Brian doesn't stand on ceremony.
Yeah!
With a tone and
Straight
head
to the
tilt that
point.
suggests he's bragging, Brian makes the ultimate confession. In
Yeah,
fact,
that's
he's all
something
too
wrong with
willing
this
to
boy.
discuss this horrific crime
Man.
with detectives.
Just start back at the beginning and go slow and tell me as many details as you can remember.
So, because I mean, Murray going to jail for the 15 years probably.
I have no idea.
15? That's first degree murder. You knew exactly what you were doing. And that's not 15. That has to be 20 to 30 maybe? Maybe 30 to 40? Like, come on.
Yes.
We're at the beginning.
I've seen people go for more for less.
I mean, I'm going to jail for 20 probably, but so I figured, why fight it?
Okay. So what's important to me is to learn as much about you and what you did and as I can. Well, as many details as you can give me, the better.
Brian's polite exterior only adds to the surreal depravity of his confession.
Absolutely.
He's somewhat of a unique
Cold-hearted.
suspect.
Let's see. Yeah, it was the night of February 27th. It was a full moon. And I figured I could see so
This
well,
year?
why not drive out? I am in a bad state of mind at that time. I have major depressive disorder, so I am
Who
not
doesn't?
thinking, shall say, positively.
Nowadays.
And I'm cruising around for an hour and a half. So I fill up on gas halfway through, and I'm eventually driving underneath the bridge near the sheriff's office.
Yeah, fast
I'm bad
forward.
I'm bad with words. I'm just. Yeah. By the way, I'm a habitual late shaker. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
You send people who have committed crimes like me. Do we stay in this county jail or are we moved?
It all depends on what the judge says.
Brian maintains his spirit of cooperation, but he's clearly concerned about what happens after this interview is over. It's interesting to note how he compares himself to others with the phrase, people who have committed crimes like me, almost as if he has joined an exclusive club.
Yeah,
So we
it's
were
like
at
a
the
sting of pride for him.
Yes, I was at the bridge. I was cruising. There was a road underneath, right? Out under the overpass. And I was driving along, and I see a shape here on the railway track. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large thing wrapped in a canvas.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's a homeless person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves, because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, the final gloves, by printing your fingerprints through. So I put on 3 on one hand, I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck. He was panicking at first in his old man voice. He was in his 50s. I know why I call him old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Ah!" And I just kept on stabbing his neck.
What?
Is it okay if I do a demonstration?
Nigga, it's crazy.
This is him. I was straddled on top of him like this. Okay. And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking a sweat. I thought, oh, this guy, he's going to be tough. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy. And during the time, I was growling and making animalistic noises.
Yo,
At this point, there can be no
lock him
doubt
up.
that Brian is
Lock
excited to
him
tell the
up
investigators all about
immediately.
his horrific deed. Not only is he pleased to be holding court, he's actually reliving the murder and relishing the memory.
Animal noises? Animal noises. He actually said that. Animal noises. And he said, like, it was easy, didn't even break a sweat. He thought it would have been much harder. Send this man to jail immediately. This man can't roam the streets anymore. Yo, first degree murder, life in jail. Come on. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Gone. Gone like the wind. Gone like the wind.
Demonstrated by a smile. As for any question of this crime being premeditated, Brian admits to having put on 3 layers of gloves,
this is,
which he already had with him.
The whole ordeal lasted about a minute and a half. Okay. And when I was finished stabbing him, he took out his last breath, a grunt, and his head was halfway cut off in stabs. All the while, no, actually, after I killed him, I just couldn't stop saying, "Stinky, dirty, dirty, stinky, stinky." I wasn't smelling anything, but...
In an eerie coincidence, on one of his social media accounts, Brian identifies himself as that stinky boy registered under his email ID.
And why were you saying that?
I don't know.
Okay. But you remember doing it, so.
Yeah. I suppose it was just me speaking out my mind at that moment. It was a pouring out of the mind.
Looks like it's pretty close to
This man thinks he is in a play. He is the main character. He is the main actor in it. And he just does what he wants. And now he's facing the police officer or the investigator, maybe the detective. And he's just spilling out everything. Like he remembers every single thing that he did. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy.
Road stuff, somebody seeing you
Well,
or catching you?
it was 11 p.m., so not many were driving by. Well, it was behind the pillar. So, like, here's the road. It was here. So people would only see a brief thing here and here.
So were you worried about them seeing you?
I was worried about one of them stopping.
What did you think could happen if somebody...
Well, if they looked, well, it was quite dark under there, so they wouldn't have seen the guy unless they looked. They would have seen me holding a bloody 12-inch knife, wearing gloves, and wearing a mask to conceal my identity, a face mask.
Lock him up.
So you weren't doing it for COVID, you were doing it to hide your face?
Partially. Social distancing.
Is he implementing jokes?
And I'm just like, proves the bystander effect.
His laughter and offhand comments speak to his mindset, which is that nothing is wrong. Brian mentions the bystander effect here, which is the idea that the more people there are watching a crime, the less likely that anyone will stand up and do anything about it. There are a few different reasons behind this, but we know that it often occurs because people may be afraid that they'll be judged by the rest of the crowd if they step in first to do something. Ultimately, people are social creatures, and the vast majority of people chose to do whatever the rest of the crowd does. It's a rare person that steps forward alone.
I noticed you got a cut on your hand. Is that from...
Oh, that was when I was doing gas, when I filled up. What happened was, because I don't want to be seen in a gas station with a knife poking out of my pocket, I put it in the car on the back seat floor. When I'm done with it, I try and grab it, but my hand slips and grabs the blade, and as I pick it up, it slices these 2 fingers.
Okay.
And then, let's see. Yeah. And then, after that, I stripped his clothes. I cut open his belly to see his guts. They're really Sorry, that was morbid.
One of the exceptional aspects of Brian's confession is the level of detail he provides. Together with his casual commentary and jokes, these details can
What? What? How is he saying this with a smile on his... Lock him up. Lock this man up. Lock him up. Give him the chair. Dig a 10 feet grave. Put him in it. Put him in the cage. Lock this man up. Yo, he is crazy.
One of the...
They're really Sorry, that was morbid.
One of the exceptional aspects of Brian's confession is the level of detail he provides. Together with his casual commentary and jokes, these details convey to investigators that Brian is being fully truthful about what he did.
Yeah,
it's
he
also
is not
worth
lying.
noting that morbid humor has long been one of Brian's trademarks.
What about other kids in the neighborhood or on the bus? He didn't really, he had a couple of friends that he's had since elementary, but he had a morbid sense of humor and would make jokes, and I'd say, Brian, that is not funny. He'd go, yeah, it is, Mom. You just don't get my sense of humor.
In an interview with prosecutors, Kylan Like, who's known Brian since the 9th grade and whose house Brian was visiting just before his arrest, says that being provocative is a hallmark of his personality.
When I first met him, he was very edgy, is the best way I can describe it. He loved to get a reaction out of people and say things that would make people have a double take. He wanted to go against the flow. His jokes were always in the realm of dark humor. Very rarely did he make jokes that weren't somehow relating to death or violence or destruction or breaking the law or just basically just humor that is considered dark humor. I know a couple of people personally who just hated him because that's kind of how he is. You either think it's hilarious or you hate it. And that's the people who think it was hilarious was a small percentage of people that unfortunately and embarrassingly included myself. And my very best friend of high school, Emily, was someone who hated him. And, she's a bigger girl, and he would call her fat and call her pig and call anybody who looked like that things along the same line. Like, just spiteful, I guess. Just trying to, like I said, get a rise out of people.
Kylan Like is not the only one who noticed Brian's love of sick humor. While in a youth diversion program 2 years earlier, Brian asked the other teens if they enjoyed a snack known as crispy meat bites. He joked that the recipe involved running your cat or dog through a meat grinder and then frying them up. Despite Brian's predilection for dark humor, Kylan's mom tells investigators that she never worried about her daughter being friends with him.
He didn't seem scary to me at the time. He just seemed unusual, in the way that my nephew and other people I know that are on the spectrum are just a little unusual. Not a lot of eye contact, things like that. But he never struck me as scary. Like I said, I actually let my daughter and her friends, not that I was in charge of her friends, but I let her sleep over at his house, like a month, 2 months, whenever New Year's. And his mom, as far as I know, she ran a daycare. So I thought,
she's great with kids,
whatever.
Not the kids, though.
Not only does Brian's mom run a daycare, she runs it out of her home. Upon discovering the severed head in her son's closet that afternoon, she had to scramble to get parents to pick up their children before calling police.
And I sent home all the children. I had a few little kids over that I was watching, so I called their parents and they said, "It's been a family emergency. Please come pick up their children."
Man, just like put this in perspective. You're in a daycare. Like, people trust you with their kids. And now this will be the news in their city, in their district. So knowing that he is her son, if I had a child at her daycare, my child would have been gone. My child would have been gone. So, effed up his mother income. So, and that's a whole nother conversation. This is crazy.
They're not hurt. Parents came. I hope everything's okay. And they took their kids home.
Back in the interrogation room, Brian goes into further nauseating detail about the post-mortem
I don't want to hear this
mutilation
man
of
anymore.
Warren Barnes.
Just lock him up.
Destroyed his eyes by stabbing them.
Lock this nigga up!
I cut off his hands. I put those in plastic Ziploc bags. And then I cut off his right arm at this joint and at this joint.
How sharp is that knife?
This arm, I tried cutting it here, and then I tried cutting it here. But what happened was I accidentally broke his bone. This one, it was poking out. And so I left that one here, partially cut, dismembered here, bone sticking out. And then I left his body there. And then I took the head, put it in a leftover pizza box from the dinner a few nights ago. And then I took the hands, put them in the back, drove home.
He casually just says, I had pizza a few nights before. Lock him up.
Hid the hands and head in my room, cleaned the knife, threw away the garbage with the blood on it, and then put the blood stained, wasn't stained, it had splatters on it. I put it in the dish, in the
Why not just burn it?
washing machine.
I mean, not giving him ideas or something.
I put the outfit I murdered him in the washing. Yeah, I was wearing. Okay. In our washing machine, put it on high speed so it would effectively remove the blood. Washed it twice.
You'll notice again that not only is Brian's level of detail remarkable and disturbing, he talks about the steps he took to avoid getting caught. These will undoubtedly be important elements to any eventual prosecution as it goes to establishing his state of mind.
He got caught within 2 days.
So I don't lose track of where my mind is. So you cut him open, did you cut his arms off, his hands off, all that before you went home?
Yeah, before I went home, I tossed the arm bits around. Like I took the right arm bit, threw it out, took the left arm bit, threw it out.
So it's somewhere around that bridge?
Yeah, but look in a... Because I know crime scenes can be a very wide area.
Yeah, he has watched too much TV series or movies.
In a 10-foot area, so like...
And he wanted to get caught. He wanted to get caught.
Here's the road. And here's where my car was parked. His corpse is here.
The interview continues to get more and more bizarre. In addition to reliving the mutilation in full pantomime, Brian enthusiastically goes over the dimensions and location of the crime scene, as if he's a police lieutenant giving a briefing to his officers.
I hope I'm being cooperative.
Oh, you're doing great. So you could have just walked over here.
I could have. There's no use trying to deceive.
So that's north, and you threw... What all did you throw while you were there? I mean, how many pieces am I looking for?
There are 2 pieces of arm. This section and this section.
Imagine walking in and you hear there are 2 pieces of arm. Gel.
Okay, just in this general area.
Prison.
I couldn't say where they are.
Armed with information they've been fed from the interrogation, police officers descend on the area. There they find a scene that will no doubt haunt them for the rest of their lives.
It's right here. Yeah.
I see what he did there.
Because there's an arm. Hey.
The female cop starts to laugh when she sees an arm. It's unfortunate that the family and the court will hear this.
There's an arm, there's another arm.
Do some pictures.
There's another one.
I don't have a clue. This is like something out of TV.
Exactly. He watched too much TV.
About how these kids don't have any. Right here's a leg. That could be the upper arm or a leg.
There's only a leg too?
There and there.
Pieces down there.
What are you doing with the leg?
We can get the lab out here. That would be the best thing.
Get forensics
Holy hell.
As police officers less than half a mile away take measure of the bleak crime scene under the bridge, Detective Norcross probes more deeply into the whereabouts of the rest of Warren Barnes' remains.
You took, was it the head and the hands? And what did you put them in?
Well, there's a 3 rule for bodies. I like to call it the 3 rule.
Okay, tell me about that.
3 days, the body starts to stink. No, 3 hours, rigor mortis sets in, the body stiffens. 3 days, the body starts to stink because of decomposition. 3 weeks, the body is starting to seriously decompose.
Right.
3 months, the body is unrecognizable. 3 years, it turns into a skeleton.
And may I ask how you know that?
I've always had a fascination with forensics and with anatomy and physiology.
Prison is how he knows that.
So that's something I
Put him there.
I don't want to sound like I'm inventing something, but that's why I coined the 3 rule.
You kind of remember it that way.
Yeah.
That's your way of remembering
Is it accurate?
Well, somewhat. So,
This segment is fascinating.
Is he happy because he's right? Yo, this man is crazy. Did you see the laugh? Like, yes, I got it right. I got the answer right.
well, somewhat.
Look at him, yeah!
This segment is fascinating for a number of reasons, not the least of which is the remarkable display of skill on the part of Detective Norcross, who makes Brian feel as though she's mesmerized by his account of the 3 rule.
Yeah, exactly.
She gives him a moment of validation at the end, and Brian's satisfaction is obvious.
Yeah.
His ego is stroked, and he feels that he's earned the approval of the detectives.
Yeah, so what did you have the head and the hands at your house?
The head, I put, because it was starting to stink, I was planning on throwing the head and hands away. Not in the trash bag, not in the kitchen trash. But they were both in trash bags. The head was in a trash bag. I tied up the trash bag. Hands, I put in a trash bag as well. They were in Ziploc bags. And I was planning, do they sell empty paint buckets? I was planning to buy an empty paint bucket, put the head in it, seal it, and then I was going to throw it off in some ditch.
Okay.
The hands I would throw in a different spot, wherever.
I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I have it right. The head is inside of a trash bag.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, where is it now?
In the kitchen
In the
sink.
kitchen sink.
My parents searched through my room and they found the head and hands.
Okay, and so are the head and the hands in the kitchen sink now?
Last time I checked.
Okay, so they're in the kitchen sink now because your parents put them there.
But they were in my closet.
As of now, investigators have only found a head, hands, and several pieces of arm. That leaves the mystery of where the rest of Warren Barnes is.
What exact kind of trash bag?
White.
White, like a kitchen one or what? Like
a kitchen
okay. White kitchen?
One that you put in a trash can.
Yeah. And then what about the hands? They were inside Ziplocs, you said.
Both in both in a different trash bag.
Okay, the white kitchen trash bag.
Yes.
But now they're in the kitchen sink.
Yes.
And you talked about cutting, I used to be a meat cutter. I know it's not easy just to cut off hands.
Oh, yeah. It was with the knife. I was just...
So did you practice on anything else?
No.
Or how did you know how to do it?
No, I just went along as a process. The bones...
Thank God.
I just pressed the blade down and went... Sever them at the ligaments.
Okay. And how hard was it to do that? To get them actually...
Not particularly hard. I was just more frustrated that I broke this bone.
So if you hadn't got frustrated, what was your... I mean, it sounds like what you did, we know. Did you have a different plan?
Like, he wanted to butcher the meat as delicate as possible. And everything was neat, and nothing was broke, and the broken bone was the only thing that he was upset about. Prison. For life. Give it to him. He wants it. He needs it. Don't give him a chance to go back on this. He will do it again. He has the face. Like he is someone who will do it again. And great that the investigator asked him, like, ready to practice it, because he could have been a serial killer, because if he got away with this one, the high that he's feeling right now, it would have drained out and he would have searched for someone else to kill. So
The original because I always wanted to know what it felt like to cut up someone.
Okay.
So, just...
So why did you stop? Why did you stop?
Because the arms were just, that's it. And that's all I wanted to know was like cutting off a limb. And I'm just like, okay.
Again, the mind reels when confronted with the nonchalant attitude Brian has toward discussing the murder and dismemberment of a human being.
And you said you studied criminology and forensics and all that?
Not college study or school study. It's like a passing interest.
I understand. But what were you worried about, like leaving evidence behind? Or
caught? Totally.
Tell me about that and what you did there.
Well, I was figuring the police don't, this is not to be taken offense, but police, they don't seem to care as much about high-risk individuals, homeless people, prostitutes, etc. So I was deliberately looking for someone who lived that type of life.
Okay.
And I found a homeless person, and the original goal was just...
Again, he got caught within 1 day. Like, the parents saw it, called the police, he was caught. And he's talking like, what did he say? No offense or something like that. Like, you don't look for, like, low risk people. Like, this guy, just put him in jail already. Like, why ask so many questions?
That type of life. Okay. And I found a homeless person, and the original goal was just leave him there. But I was worried about the fibers on the outfit I was wearing that would be on his clothes and stuff. So I deliberately messed up the clothes.
This is an outstanding amount of premeditation for a youth offender. It's a shocking amount for anyone, but particularly because of his age. His executive functioning is years from being developed, and yet he's thought so much of this through. It's chilling to think what he may have been capable of.
Like, I hate it when people, like, I see this often though. I really do see this often. Like, when an older guy is dating a girl who is like 19 and they say like she's a kid. She isn't a kid. She is above 18. She is well aware of what she's doing. Just like he is well aware of what he is 19 years old. When I was 19, I knew exactly what I was doing. No. His brain is developed, yes, like scientifically 25 years old, then your brain is like developed like to the max. But you know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. So don't come with all of that, yes, to develop. No, he knows what he's doing.
Yet he's thought so much of this through. It's chilling to think what he may have been capable of had he not been caught. Brian remains engaged, casual, and even jovial as he describes his mindset on the night of the murder. His detailed concerns about getting caught will make it very difficult for his lawyers to mount an effective insanity defense.
No, there's no defense needed.
Mother, Heather Gale, this isn't the first time that Brian talked about choosing a victim on the outskirts of society.
Anything else things you've heard from Kylan come to mind?
She told me that he had mentioned that he was going to kill a homeless person because nobody would miss them and he could get away with it.
Yet once in an interview, Kylan tells a different story.
He never talked to me about wanting to kill a homeless person specifically, but he definitely talked to me a lot about, like, killing. And I was actually surprised because I figured that if he was going to do something like this, that it would be on a larger scale. Like, I thought he would, I don't want to sound vulgar, but I figured if he was going to snap, it would be like shooting up a store or something similar.
And that's
like
better?
And he had
Why not tell
not
someone?
liking his neighbors, so I thought maybe something would happen there. So I was surprised that he had killed someone, but I was also surprised that it had only been one person.
So how long have you been planning or...
Like she wanted more. Put her in jail. Put her in jail too, because, come on, like, how do you know this and not notify the parents or notify the police? Jail.
Looking for someone to do this with before you found this guy? About a year? About a year?
No, 6 months.
Brian's internet search history adds an interesting element to this as he looked up homicidal thoughts every day and how to cope with murderous thoughts.
So you come close or seen somebody or chickened out or anything in the past?
Nah.
I mean, I was looking for a deliberately secluded place like that one. I wouldn't just go up in Clifton and find someone walking down the street and stab them. No, that's too public. Everyone sees that.
Well, have you looked like at the homeless places or anything in the past?
So I'll go on night drives often, maybe once every 2 weeks. Now just peruse the streets.
So before this guy, how close had you come in the past?
Not at all.
Not at all? You just drive around and...
Yeah, look, just try and find
anybody interesting.
That was his first
No,
one.
Line thought of a plan?
Well, occasionally when you see girls walking down the street, I take a glance at them because it really is like Ed Kemper where half of me says, well, I'm
Serial killer. Exact. Like, if he wasn't caught, he would have been a serial killer for sure. American serial killer murdered 6 young women and several members of his family.
I'm quite inept with women. I'm being honest, I'm no Casanova. But half of me says, I want to take that girl home and make her feel nice. And the other half of me, it's just like what Ed said, is I want to see what her head looks like on a stick.
Brian is describing a mindset that's detestable, yet he delivers it with a smile and a laugh. His obvious excitement in describing both his mindset and the murder raises questions about his psychological history. As well, another internet search Brian made reveals that he may have considered other sickening plans as well, as he searched for how do people react to a home invasion. However grisly Brian's sense of humor might seem, it's again worth noting that it's a trait his friends are familiar with. One of Brian's friends, Patrick Rahor, spoke with police.
Our whole friend group was like really weird. We were like all of those. We're just a group of people like didn't really fit anywhere else and ended up like finding each other at different points throughout school. We were just all kind of weird together. And so like the off-filler stuff and like anything that like seemed weird, I just kind of like took for Brian being Brian and just kind of tried to accept it.
However, even his friend must admit that Brian was different.
Our friend group would joke about if there was one of us that would like be a killer, it would be him, but it was like meant as a joke and only as a joke. I don't think any of us
that
actually
wasn't
thought
meant as a joke. Like, you could have smelled it from a mile away. And for you guys to not notify the parents or notify maybe the teacher or someone just to keep an eye on them, that should deserve jail time too, because come on, you knew what he would have become. Of course, like, you can't pinpoint it exactly, but there was something messed up with this boy right here already. And like, if you see the signs, notify someone, because this person cannot roam the streets like that. And if he snaps like he did, and no, this was his first opportunity to do it, and he did it without a second thought in his mind. He actually did it, and he had pleasure in butchering the man's like body, you know. And he was even mad that he effed up a bone. So again, if you see someone with these type of symptoms or anything like this, notify someone that they could at least keep an eye on him, you know, because this is effed up. This is really effed up. This is a horrifying story, and the way that he's telling it, the way how he doesn't have any remorse for it, the way that you know that, hey, if he succeeded and he escaped with this murder right here, you just know that he would have went on to be a serial killer. This would not be the last time. So I really do hope that he gets life in prison, because he deserves it. And he is an adult. I hope that he's tried as an adult, because if it was anybody else, he would have been in jail a long time ago. So I will stop this video right here. There's another half for me to go. It's pretty late. I have to work in the morning, so tomorrow I'll react to the next part. But this is a horrifying story. I hope he gets what he deserves. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys, well, not enjoyed it, but I hope you guys could see how effed up in the head a lot of people are. Beware of these people. Like, look closely, know who you are around, and just be safe out there, man, because they can get you anytime, any place. So keep your head, literally keep your head. Love yourself, be yourself till the next time, and goodbye.